Hi, everybody. My name is Daniel Kislinsky. I am the founder of Go Global World community. We are live streaming right now from the United States, China, and Russia. So three people from different parts of the world right now, like really almost three continents. I am very excited about this webinar because we're gonna speak with ex-VP of Alibaba Group about opportunities in China. This is a very interesting webinar, and I'm hoping this will bring you additional knowledge, expertise, and probably connections so you can build your business globally and bring your business to China or from China. So I have a few slides to share before I introduce Shaoming and Konstantin. First of all, today's webinar's name, or we named it China's Skyrocketed Opportunity. I mean, it's very well known around the world that China is among the biggest world economies right now. And the opportunities there means big opportunities for your business. And to know the specifics, to know the details, how to do business in there, especially in e-commerce segments, because we want to touch on this today. It's very important for modern businesses, especially those who are working with technologies and or want to buy and sell goods around the world. We are hosting this webinar together with Shaoming Yang and Konstantin. They are partners, and Shaoming is a founder of Chinahow.club. So this is an important community for those who are willing to join or know about China and probably do business with China. Check this out. Shaoming is also a person who has a lot of expertise in e-commerce because he used to be a vice president of Alibaba Group. And this is a very it's a great knowledge to have, especially for those who are doing business. So today you can ask questions right from the ex-VP of this company. So those who just joined our community, we have a few things to let you know. The mission of our community, we are English-speaking community for entrepreneurs that is created by entrepreneurs. With one simple reason: to connect you with global speakers, capital, like-minded people, and potential customers, so you can enter the other markets like China, Russia, United States, Australia, wherever other country where we have our community. And this is a free community. However, we do have some expectations from our members. We do expect that you are being active on our community and you guys help each other with entering your local markets to other entrepreneurs. For example, you are based in, I don't know, in Kazan, and you would like to enter Russian market. Somebody from Russia can explain how to do this, how to open the company, maybe does some connections, gives you some connections with the right people in Russia so you can expand your business. So the person in Russia would like to access Mexican market, and the same thing will happen. So entrepreneur from Mexico would help him to enter that market with whatever connections, expertise, or anything else he has. And it is free to help each other. This is how we utilize our global network. This is our team globally. We do have about 40 people on our team, almost in every continent. We keep expanding the team. We just look the best people who would like to actually contribute. Those countries are open for you already now, so you potentially can enter those markets by asking those people directly. But it's not limited with that. We already have about 1,500 entrepreneurs on our community globally, and it's hard to meet everyone at once. So we created for you Telegram bot that is automatically introduces you to random people on our community, so you can meet other founders randomly, and bot will offer you once a week some new meeting. So please take it a try, because it's free and it might increase your network. Also, you can use interactive communication with your people, whatever network you have. On Telegram and WhatsApp, you can use our free stickers. Just enjoy it. It might be fun. So about serious stuff, we do have a lot of webinars to actually increase your knowledge how to build global companies, and we bring the best people from around the world to talk on specific topics. And we don't care about publicity or the viral effect of it. We want really to help you build business. And if at least one entrepreneur succeeds after our webinar, this, to me, it's a successful webinar. Though publicity is important, but your success is more important for us. And so these are the speakers we had. We already had about 60 webinars for the past 6 to 7 months, and we're planning for more. Next week, this week actually, November 27, we will have a webinar with Gold Coast Innovation Hub and a representative of Australian government, talking about how to enter Australian market. It's a very exclusive webinar, so those people who will be talking about Australian and doing business in Australia is, I mean, officials from that government. So please use this opportunity to speak with those people. The other one for Russian-speaking audience, how to build a strong network when you build business, and one of the top executives, ex-top executives of business schools, Skolkovo, is gonna talk about that with like fundamental things that is important for every entrepreneur or anyone who's doing business. I encourage everyone to join, and we're gonna do the same one in English later on. We do networking events with founders around the world. There will be one this December, this Friday, for those who speak Russian. Also, we do have, this month we have a couple more than usual Russian-speaking webinars. So usually we have a lot of in English, so it's just a coincidence. Though those who are looking for some feedback for their pitch and would like to pitch, there will be a weekly event which is called Pitch Test. So people can join and do their presentation, and our team will give you feedback and recommendations how to improve it, so you can have a successful pitch. Also, we do have monthly founders meetup in English once a month, every first Friday of the month, and the next one will be early December. Make sure to join us. And 2 more announcements. We do have a webinar about startup ecosystem in Estonia. Estonian market became very important to enter European Union, and it's a very simplified ecosystem for entrepreneurs. Use this opportunity to learn about this ecosystem in December. And the other announcement we have, we recently launched an initiative with 500 startups. We're gonna speak with their alumni about how they succeeded in business, how they started their company so they are successful, and they will be talking not about how they're good at business, but about their failures, about how they managed to overcome those failures. So all important stuff, so you can use these tools to succeed in your business. And the next talk we're gonna have, which will be in Russian and also later on in English, we'll have a talk with CEO of VCV, a successful startup that passed successfully 500 startups, and now they are launched globally, and they are very successful startup. So if you like our events, and we have plenty of announcements this month, I'm gonna do some more announcements soon. So follow us on Eventbrite. Just go on Eventbrite and find Go Global World, or just go on our events on Facebook page, Go Global World, or scan this QR code and you'll be taken to the right page. As for our partners, we do have plenty of international partners in Russia, Australia, Israel, United States. They are here, and there will be more logos on our slide soon. So long story short, if you would have any questions, I'm happy to answer. This is our contacts, and if you would like to participate or join our community, just go on our website, Go Global World, and you'll find how to become a member of our community. Once you're a member, just be active, help others, and you'll build your global network, and it will help your business grow. On this note, I am passing word to Shaoming Yang, and we are happy to start our webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Yes, hi everyone, my name is Shaoming, and I'm very glad to have this opportunity to give you a brief introduction about the Chinese e-commerce market. So yeah, and let's get started. First, a very quick introduction of myself. So I've been in this market for over 15 years, and I helped hundreds of merchants to sell their products into the Chinese e-commerce market. And about our club, I mean, the Chinahow.club, it is an online community for foreigners, foreign merchants who want to sell their products into China, because we all know that the Chinese market is very different. A lot of information asymmetries, such as the information, the culture, the language, the people, everything. Okay, so and that's why we made this. I know exactly how difficult it is to do the market, so we made this club. Say we provide a tailor-made teaching program for you to step by step understand the market, and we have a weekly webinars, just like what we are doing now, to give you the latest updates of the market. And we also have a data report, because the most beautiful thing about e-commerce is everything is digitalized. You can make decisions more effectively by the data. And also we help you to connect people. There's a saying in China that the most important thing is not what you know, but who you know. So, and in China, there's a special word for this. For every foreigner, you come to the market, you must know this word. It's called 关系, which means personal connections. Okay. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can type in the chat box. Okay, we don't have to wait to the end of the webinar. Okay. So let's get to today's topics. The first one is why China. This is a picture to illustrate the difference between China and the world. Okay, I mean, in the US, actually that means the world. Okay, in China, there's no, I believe you know this, there's something called the Great Firewall by the Chinese government, which means there's no YouTube, no Twitter, no Facebook, no Instagram, no everything. Yeah, no Uber. Okay, so everything you know, these things doesn't exist in China. Okay, but China, we have the clones. Okay, of Baidu is a clone of Google, right? And yeah, and Youku is a clone of YouTube. Such these kind of things. Second, let's look at the e-commerce. Okay, Chinese e-commerce market occupied 55% of the global e-commerce market. This is the number of last year, and I'm sure that this year this number will be even higher. And let's look at here. In China, in 2019, last year, the scale of China e-commerce market is about 4 times bigger than the US. And in terms of growth rate, it is about 2 times higher than the US. Okay, and just after India, yeah, which is 32, and China is 27. So which means it is big and fast growing. And here is the penetration rate. Every $100 spending of the retail market, 37 happened online last year. And this number was made before the COVID. So I'm sure that this year the number will be even higher than this expectation. And then Alibaba Group, which I used to work for, okay, is the biggest online retail market. And how big? If Alibaba is a standalone, I mean Alibaba, TMall, and Taobao, it is a standalone country around the world, then last year the ranking is number 11. It is bigger than Russia or Australia in last year. And I'm sure that this year Alibaba is gonna be top 10, within top 10, okay? And this including online and offline, the total retail market added up together of Russia. And also, you may have heard of this, the Singles Day, which means the 11th of November every year. And this 11/11, which is the previous Wednesday, right? The Wednesday before last, okay? In this 11/11, Alibaba made the sales of $74 billion in one day, okay? Yeah, and it is, this is only the TMall marketplace in China, okay? Because in China, there are some other platforms. Okay, TMall is the biggest one, and last year, Black Friday globally is only 7.2 billion. Of course, this year is going to be higher than this. Let's see what happened in this Friday, but but from this 11/11 is more than 10 times bigger. Okay, so these are the big numbers, okay? The penetration rate, the size, how big Alibaba is, and how big the 11/11 is. And the next topic is after COVID, what will happen? Let me give you some numbers. This is the COVID cases in China. If you haven't noticed anything from the news, then we can see this is the number. Yes, the COVID is totally under control in China after March. We can see that there's the new cases just like zero in the whole country, 1.4 billion people. And these are the pictures, the real pictures in the past national holiday, which is October the 1st. The people, they being ordered to stay at home for the whole year, and now the whole country COVID is under control, so they rush it out for tourism. Okay, so we can see that in these big cities full of people. And in terms of GDP, this is the latest data that China is the only country that expected to grow in this year. Not just this year. They are expected to grow. China is expected to be growing in the following 3 years. Okay, it's going to be the top of the world. And also, this is the exchange rate of RMB, the Chinese currency, and we can see that only for small percentage, okay, just for some currencies, the exchange rate dropped, and for the majority of the currencies, the exchange rate of RMB increased significantly, including some traditionally very strong currencies, like say US dollars or Canadian dollars, British pound. The Chinese currency is very strong. This gives the Chinese consumers much stronger purchasing power. Okay, they have money, they are willing to spend, and their money is more valuable. And last is the government. As we all know, in China, it's a Communist Party, right? So it's the government has very strong control of the whole society, including COVID. And this is one of the key reasons why China can control the COVID in such an efficient way, because the government can order, okay, everybody stay at home. And what about economy? And this is the government's attitude. In general, the Chinese government want to balance the trade. In the past, China focused on exporting. Okay, yeah, China's factory of the world, and we produce so many products and we sell them to different corners of the world. Okay, but recent years, the Chinese government realized that this game is not balanced. It cannot play forever. So they want to change, and now they encourage import to balance the trade. And another reason, it is because the consumers. In 12 years ago, 2008, there was a very big, famous, it's not famous, it's infame scandal of the baby milk powder, melamine. It is some kind of chemical ingredient that the notorious Chinese merchants, they put this chemical ingredient into the baby milk powder, and this activity killed thousands of babies. And after that, no mom ever trusts the Chinese baby products. Okay, starting from baby milk powder, and expanded to all baby food, and expanded to all baby products, and expanded to all food and other products. I mean, I call it mouth touch, which means you eat, and skin touch. Okay, say cosmetics, skincare, personal care. They don't trust this, and they want to buy foreign products because they think that means quality and safety. So the Chinese government also see this, and they want to open the gates, because if they close this completely, this will only somehow encourage the smuggling. But because of the bad news for you is, for the foreign merchants, is there are much fewer, almost zero Chinese tourists. Okay, I don't know the number of this year, but I assume that the number should be much lower than this, right? So if you ever walk in the supermarket, shopping center in your home country, you have seen so many Chinese tourists. They bought products not just for themselves, but also for their families, their colleagues, their friends, their neighbors. Okay, yeah, there were so many such people. But now they were all gone. But the requirement, the need, the requests of the foreign products from the Chinese consumers are still there. So they cannot buy the products physically in your home country, but they can buy this online. And this is called cross-border e-commerce. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, these are the in China, we have a special name to call this shopping agents. We'll call them Daigou. Okay, means buying agents. See okay. I'm sure you are very familiar with such an image. So then let's talk about how to sell products into China online. This is the top 10 Chinese e-commerce marketplaces, okay, or say platforms, okay, and the top 3 are Alibaba Group, including TMall and Taobao. We will discuss who is TMall and who's Taobao later, okay, and JD and Pinduoduo, okay. All these companies are listed in Nasdaq. So yeah, in the US, so you can find out their sales, their revenue, everything is very easy. And to make it short, we can see that there's a big difference between China and many other countries, is that most, I would say 80 or 85% plus of the sales in China was on the marketplaces like TMall, Pinduoduo, part of JD. Yeah, these are all marketplaces. So which means in China, the brands, even like the strongest brands, like say Nike or Apple or P&G, they don't emphasize on their own e-commerce channels. Okay, so instead they sell products by the marketplaces. Let me give you an example here. This is the Nike flagship store on TMall. You can see this is nike.tmall.com. Okay, and we can also see, let's say, apple.tmall.com. Okay, so this is Apple. Yeah, and so on. You will see, and for each of the flagship store, okay, let's say on TMall, this one, you will see that the design and the content is exactly like their official official website. Okay, and which means it is brand centralized. If we compare this with Amazon, we can see that on Amazon it is product centralized. It's just a list of the products, but on TMall, let's say Nike, it is to show the brand, to let consumers realize, okay, this is a good brand that I can trust. And so which means as a brand owner, I don't have to operate a separate standalone official e-store. Okay, on TMall, there are hundreds of thousands of stores, and which means TMall aggregated all these hundreds of thousands of brands together on one platform, so that as a buyer, as a consumer, I don't have to get used to all the user experience, the payment method, logistics, and how to click, how to choose on different e-stores. No, I just go to TMall, and one place to buy, to shop, to pay, to deliver, so and to comment. So that is the concept of China e-commerce, and also that is why TMall can be so big. Okay. Oh, okay. We have a question here. A question from Australia. We explain a little bit about co-regulation of China's market, how fast the shift between China. Okay. Okay, we can talk a little bit about the politics here. Okay, because as I've said, in the past years, the China government want to balance, especially after trade war with the U.S. Now, how the U.S. Control or punish China by increasing the duty, right? And okay, so how China will do this? Will fight against this? And yeah, this is so China want to buy products, okay, buy more products. So which means they have more control of the other countries. This is the game they're playing from the government perspective. Okay, of course, another perspective is from the consumers. They want foreign products, and the government want to reduce the smuggling, and that's why they also want to encourage the cross-border e-commerce. We will introduce some detailed regulation later. Okay, today, yeah. And at the beginning of this month, there is It's called the Chinese Import Expo in Shanghai every year, November. So let's go back to here. And this is a business structure of Alibaba Group. Okay, we always say that Alibaba is so big, right? It's one of the biggest company around the world. So, and how big? Alibaba, we have different type of business, and the core business is e-commerce. Okay, and in terms of e-commerce, there are four sectors here. And the biggest sector and the core sector is this one, China e-commerce. China retail e-commerce. Okay, so this part, and this is also what I'm going to introduce today. And a good news for you is that in this business, everything is transparent. Yes, this is the one of the DNA of Alibaba Group. The data is transparent, which means if you want to enter the Chinese e-commerce market, you want to sell your products here, okay, the 11th biggest market around the world, okay, which means Alibaba's TMall and Taobao. You don't have to buy the data from any agency or any consultants firm, or I mean, yes, there are some companies selling such data with a very high price. I know this, okay, but please don't do this. Save your money, okay? I will give you an example here. So this is Alibaba's marketplace, Taobao, okay? So if we search anything, let's say Nike, okay? Yeah, anything, any keyword, a brand name or a product name, anything, okay? You will see every product. So say this one, the price is 799 RMB, and in the last 30 days, 521 people bought this product, okay? And this one, yeah, you can see, and you can even translate this into English so that you can read the price and how many people paid, right? So, and so which means add up all this data, you can have a very comprehensive and accurate result of all of the sales, including by categories, by brands, by stores, by products, everything, okay? The sales, or average price, or orders, or how many likes, yeah, everything, okay? And this is accurate. I give you some example here. This is the supplement category, okay? Yes, it's imported supplement because Chinese people, they love imported supplements. They think this is more safe and high quality, okay? Yeah, especially after the COVID-19, more people care about their health, right? So they would like to buy more such product. And but how big is the market? We can see that in the past 12 months, okay, I didn't in the past 12 months, the total sales, we'll call this GMV, which means gross merchandise value, okay? The total GMV was about 14 billion RMB, which is about 2 billion US. Actually, it's a little bit more than 2 billion US. And the growth rate is 71%. Yes, it's very high because of the COVID-19, of course. And here is by subcategories. So vitamins, right? And plant essentials, plant essence extract, and so on. Okay. Yes. This is the so if you are selling supplements, then you should see, okay, well, which one should I target? How big is the market? And who are my competitors? Who are the biggest brands? How did they do it? And what is the brand tag? The price band? Which price band I should targeting? So another example is baby food. Is I just mentioned about the baby food scandal, right? Baby milk powder scandal, okay, just now. And here we can see that in the baby food category, the growth rate is about 31%. And in the top 10 brands, okay, 7 out of 10 are foreign brands. Yeah, which means the consumers, they love foreign brands. So if you're selling baby food, you can find out, okay, where, what is your USP, unique selling point, and versus all these top brands, how can you find the niche market, the niche function that you can make your product special, right? You can find opportunity of your products. And I know that for you guys, it could be difficult, okay, for you to really to abstract all the data and put them together and make such a report, right? I understand this is because you don't know the language, or you don't have the tools, you don't know how to do it. So no worry. If join our club, for all club members, we publish such report every month for free. Yes, if you join our club, you can have such data report for free. And what I showed here is just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, the whole data is immense, including the top 2,000 SKUs, the top 1,000 stores, and the top 1,000 keywords that people are searching, everything. Okay, and then the next topic is how to sell. Now you know why to sell. Why China, right? It's a big e-commerce market. And where to sell? Okay, TMall, yes. I would say for 90% of the merchants, TMall should be your first stop, okay? First step of the business, which I used to work for, okay? And the third topic is how to sell. And this is the most important slide I'm going to present today, okay? So if you forget everything I said today, please remember this slide. It's gonna be the most helpful one. In 2014, the Chinese government, the Chinese customs, they announced a new policy about selling products to the Chinese market. So there are 3 models as I listed here. The first model is the traditional model. As a foreign merchant, you ship the product past the China customs and CIQ. What is CIQ? Means China Product Inspection and Quarantine. Okay, it is a very tricky stuff because for many products, it is difficult to pass the CIQ. For example, skincare. The CIQ, the Chinese government, need you to do the animal test, and many Western brands refuse to do animal tests, so they cannot sell their products into the China market. Okay. Anyway, And the traditional model is you need to pass the customs, pay the duty and VAT, and pass the CIQ, okay, and get certification. You can sell in China, and you put the products into domestic warehouse, and then when there's an order, you ship it to the consumer. This is a very traditional model, and this is a model happening in your home country. And the second model is the blue line. This is the product is in your home country, in your own warehouse. When there's an order coming from the Chinese consumer through an authorized channel, okay, through an authorized e-commerce platform, okay, then the merchants, you can ship the product into a parcel and send it to the consumer, okay, without paying duty or VAT, and without passing the CIQ, which means basically you can sell anything to China, tax-free, duty-free. Well, in terms of anything, of course, no drugs, no guns, right? No weapons, okay? No such special items. And I believe that you're not going to sell them, okay? So you can sell everything. And the third model is the purple line. First, you ship your product in a container to China and put your products into a bounded warehouse. What is a bounded warehouse? Well, it means a warehouse. It's a special term, okay? It means a warehouse located within the China territory, but outside the China customs, which means the products delivered into the bounded warehouse, no need to pass the CIQ or customs, okay? And when there's a consumer place an order on the authorized cross-border e-commerce platform, the parcel will be picked and packed in this bounded warehouse and shipped to the consumer. So as you can see, this model, the blue line and purple line, these two models, they are both duty and VAT free, right? Of course, they need to pay parcel tax, but it is much lower, okay? And it is CIQ free. You don't need to pass the CIQ such as animal test, no need, right? You can sell, or if you to sell supplements, it is very difficult for you to get the license of supplements in China. But if you sell your products by cross-border e-commerce, the blue line and purple line, you can bypass the CIQ. And number three is WFOE free. What is WFOE? Means whole foreign owned entity, which means you don't need to set up an office in China. You don't need to set up a bank account in China. When the consumer receives the parcel, and then you will receive the payment from Chinese consumers, okay, in your home country, home bank account, in home currency. So the money will be transferred via a cross-border payment gateway to you. Say if you're in Moscow, you will receive money in rubles. In London, you will receive this in pound. In the US, you will get this in US dollars. So the whole thing is called cross-border e-commerce. And this, for most of the merchants want to sell their products into China, the cross-border e-commerce is your first choice, because you can very fast launch the business and with very low cost. Well, I made a table of the different models, different options that you can sell your products into the Chinese markets. Okay, you can. What we just introduced is to open a store on TMall marketplace. Okay, just like the Nike.tmall.com, which I just mentioned, right? You can have a Nike.tmall.com, and sorry, and or Apple.tmall.com or your brand.tmall.com, right? By the cross-border e-commerce. Okay, so this is model one. Of course, you can use other models. Okay, you can be a supplier to Alibaba or JD, or you can find a distributor, right, and let them handle everything, right? But in general, I would say, so which model to choose? I would say that depends on different factors, such as your brand awareness. If you are selling Nike or Apple, of course, you have a lot of options. You can sell your products to Nike, to JD, or to, okay, then they want to buy Apple, right? Or you can easily find there are many distributors hungering for a brand to be your distributor in China. But if you are a new brand in China, nobody knows you. Okay, then what? I would say the marketplace, this model, to open your own business, your own control, is the most feasible model. Okay, because if you want, let's say you find a distributor, on their hand they have 20 brands. Okay, and of course, when they talk to you, they will say, okay, yes, I will put my efforts to help. Yeah, you have a great product, and I will help you to grow. But in fact, they will only grow the brands. They will only put their effort on a brand that already generates sales, mature brands. And this exactly is the lesson, one of the biggest mistake that our members made. Many of our members initially in China tried to find distributors, and after several years, they realized, okay, this is not the way to go. And yes, I want to control my business, to set up my brand, to build up my brand, and to grow myself in China. Okay. And then you may say, okay, to do a business in China is so complicated. How much do I need to invest? How long will it take? And the good news for that is, in China, we have a comprehensive ecosystem, just like this picture. There are professional people doing everything. You don't have to worry, so that you just need to focus on your core business, which is product R&D and manufacturing, supply chain, and brand building, etc. Okay, and of course strategy. And you can leave all these the other things, the chore things, to the professionals. And we don't have time to introduce everything here, but the core partner, okay, is TP. What is TP? TP literally means Tmall partner. They are the guys that will help. It's like your outsourced e-commerce department, which means they will handle all the execution of e-commerce for you, such as store setup, e-store setup, and the product listing, customer service, marketing, store operation, campaigns, logistics, yeah, and everything. Okay, yes, this guy is called TP, and there are many TPs on the market. around 1,000, okay, more than 1,000 TPs actually. So, and here are some reasons which I just mentioned why you should work with a TP. In general, I would say 99.9% of the merchants, they use TP, okay? And in terms of foreign merchants, that's gonna be 100%. I've never seen any foreign merchant running good business in China without a TP, okay? So TP is a must for you. And it is cost effective. It can shorten your business, fasten your business, shorten your learning curve, and save your money. Okay. Of course, when you are big enough, you can think about, okay, should I change another TP, or should I hire my own guys to do this, or whatever. But at the beginning, please work with a TP. And yes, there are thousands of TPs on the market. So which one to choose? Our club also have another service. It's called a TP recommendation. So we have a TP pool, and in this pool, all the TPs, we certify them. Okay, these are all the guys with experience, and we work with them for a long period of time, and they are experienced in different categories, because to sell cell phone and the shoes and the mugs, these are very different skill set, right? So yeah, different TP. There are some TP specialize in this product, or in this country. So we will, or in this size of the brand. Okay, so we will, based on your requirements, we will filter the TPs in our TP pool and recommend a good one for you. And also we will help you, assist you regarding the discussion and negotiation with the TP to help you to kick off your business. Okay. So that's the TP recommendation part. And the last part for today is a case study. It is an UK brand called Tenskare. Tenskare was founded in London, and originally they produced this equipment, okay, medical equipment for the maternity, for the moms that just give birth to a baby, okay, and to recover and rebuild their muscles. Yeah, this is a very special equipment, right? And it's called a PFE, okay. Originally, they produced such a PFE for the clinics and hospitals in the UK, and then they tried to expand such product to online channels and offline channels, which means they started to do the retail. And and they entered the China market 2 years ago. Okay, what is their USP to the Chinese? Well, number one, it's called consumption upgrade. Let me tell a little bit about this concept. In China, because people having more and more money, income, so they want to improve their living standard by buying better products, right? So that is, of course, the consumption upgrade. It's very easy to understand. And in this particular category, in the Chinese women, okay, in the past, they only care about their babies and their husband. And now they start to care about themselves. That is why they need such a product. Okay. And so second is it is easy to use. It doesn't need any medical experience knowledge. Okay, you can just with a very easy menu, you can do this at home. And the third reason, it is the brand image. It is a brand from the UK, and as you can see, this image here. Okay, we can see that the image is London, right? The landscape of London, London Eye, Shard, the Big Ben, London Bridge, etc. And this gift pack was issued in the 11/11 of last year, which means actually this gift pack sold very well. Okay, and you can imagine that in your home country, say in the UK, they will, of course, they won't make such a package. It doesn't make sense. But in China, people want to buy authentic foreign products and foreign brands. So that is another reason that this to show the premium brand image of the UK. And the same as other countries, for example, France, Germany, Japan, Australia, and Russia. Yeah. This is their performance on TMall Global. They opened their store on TMall Global. What is TMall Global? Actually, TMall Global is a marketplace under TMall, and they do, because TMall do this model, okay, the red traditional model. TMall Global do the blue and purple line, okay? So this is a TMall Global, the cross-border e-commerce. So they opened their store on TMall Global. And in 2018, 2 years ago, and in the past 11/11, their sales exceeded 20 million RMB in this on this day, and it was 3 times higher than last year. In fact, Tencare, which is one of our club members, okay, so they are our club member. They are one of the top growth rate brands in our club. 300%. And also now the China e-commerce contributes more than 30% of their global sales just after 2 years. Regarding marketing, they use high quality content celebrities from the UK to represent, okay, we are authentically the UK brand. Here we have some comments or say suggestions from the CEO, Mr. Neil Wright of Tencare, okay, to share with you guys. He said, number one, China's e-commerce online shopping market is the biggest of the world because the scale of China, as we all know, and also because of the technology. Okay, is not happening in any other countries. When I interviewed him, he said the story. When you travel to China, he sat in the lobby of a hotel, okay, a coffee bar, and the waiter, and there's a QR code on the table, and he scanned the QR code, choose his cup of coffee, and paid by mobile payment, and then after several minutes, a waiter came and gave him the coffee, and that's it. He said, you can never imagine to have such an experience in the UK or any other Western countries, but this is reality in China. So, and he said, please go to China and see China. This is where, after that, you will realize how different and how big of the opportunity is in China. From our club perspective, I give you 3 suggestions. Number 1, the consumption of upgrade, as I described here. People want to buy more products and better products for them and the people they love. And also, the promotion is very important. You remember 11/11, right? Which is 10 times bigger than Black Friday, okay? 11/11 is just one of it. There are many shopping festivals. For example, the 8th of March, International Women's Day. Yeah, so this product was sold very well on this day, okay, because it's for women. And the 6/18, that is the second biggest shopping festival, okay. 11/11 was created by TMall, and 6/18 was created by JD, and so on. Okay, so many shopping festivals. And in China, a big portion of the sales is driven by the shopping festivals. And the last is the IP. And this, because in China, when you sell this product very well, of course, there will be copycats, right? Yeah, try to steal this product from you. And this is the action that was taken by Tencare. And they work with the local legal team to protect their IP and their brand. And in our club, we also have the service to introduce the lawyers who are experienced in this field to help you to protect your IP. Oh, we have a question here. What is the percentage fee TP take yearly? Okay. There are different kinds of TP, as I've said. There are thousands of TPs on the market, okay? And it is different TP, the level is different. And also another factor is the categories. If you're selling, say, cell phone, of course, the take rate is low because the gross margin is low. But if you're selling clothes, of course, your margin is high, the take rate is high, right? So it's different. In general, the take rate is between 5 to 10%. Yeah. And this is the last slide. And before I go, I want to give you another example of a Russian brand, okay? Because I think we have a lot of Russian audience today. So this brand, Iceberry, okay? This is, I believe you know it. It's a famous Russian ice cream brand. Yes, selling ice cream online. Because in China, there is a comprehensive, mature logistics system, including cold chain logistics. The consumers can shop online and receive ice cream, cold ice cream, or iced ice cream, okay? And they opened their store 1 year ago, last August. And they became the #1 of imported ice cream brand in the 11/11, even bigger than Haagen-Dazs. In this, in November the 7th of this year, they did a live streaming marketing show with one of the biggest KOL, shopping key opinion leader in China. And the sales was only 5 minutes live streaming, and the sales was 5 million RMB. Yeah, just 5 minutes, 5 million RMB of ice cream. And not just food and beverage, we also have some other Russian brands, say Splat. They also running a successful business in China. Okay, their story is exactly like what I said. Initially, they chose they want to work. Sorry, here. Initially, they work with online the distributors. Okay, and for 2 years with no result, and then they focus online. And this year, their versus last year, they have 6 times growth of the online business after joining the club. So that's all for today, and thank you for listening. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, Shaoming. Great presentation. We do have a few questions. So there were questions from Australia. Now we have a question from Russia. I guess so. Could you please tell about Chinese post like Russian post? I guess it's about customs, maybe something like that. How well smooth it works to deliver parcels to Chinese consumers? Thank you.
Okay, as I said here, there are 3 models, okay, to sell products into China, and unless you are a mature brand, you have set up everything, you get a CIQ. Otherwise, the red line is not good for you. It takes a lot of time and effort to get the CIQ. So you should consider blue line and purple line. And in terms of the blue line, okay, and in terms, depending on your product type, if you are selling, say, food or electronics or these products, I would suggest you to use the bundle warehouse model, because this model can save your shipping time and your shipping cost, because this part is domestic from China to China. Okay, but if you're selling apparel, then or say some soft goods, many SKUs, and it is difficult to predict your sales, then you can consider to use this model. And to use which courier to ship your products. Well, there are different options, but of course the post is not in the option, because the post is very slow and not reliable. There are some delivery companies dedicatedly do this business. So yeah, and including companies created by Alibaba Group. So their business is they don't deliver any mail, right? Letters. They only for e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce. I mean, so these are the companies you should work with.
Okay. So another question. So it's very kind of concise. What is about B2B products?
B2B products. Sorry, what do you mean by B2B products?
Dmitry, could you please clarify what do you mean with B2B products? If you would like to ask this question verbally, just raise your hand. Okay, just 1 second. Right. Dmitry, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
I mean good morning. I mean the products for B2B markets, so for industrial customers, not for the private customers.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, I'm sorry, my expertise only focus on B2C consumer products. Yeah, for the B2B products, I don't have too much experience.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmitry, for your question.
Thank you.
All right. Another question. I represent Russian online platform devoted to Russian language for Chinese hobby educational market in China. What TP can you recommend to get to online educational market in China, and what strategy to get to audience?
Okay, let me share the screen. TP is, yeah, this is this is TP recommendation process, and you just ask what kind of TP we can recommend, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that you can see this the process. First, for every TP, we have a survey to make sure that this TP is a good one. They have good record, experience, and reliable. Okay, and after that, when you want to find the TP, we will ask you to provide some materials to prove that say your company introduction, your brand story, your product list, your price, and this kind of thing. Okay, so that we will send this information to the TP. Of course, we will send this information to more than one TP, and the suitable TPs, okay, and see their feedback. Not every TP will receive this project because some TP, they are too busy. They have they only serve certain brands, or they have different reasons anyway. So, and for the TPs who are interested, then we will get you in touch with the TP directly and you discuss. If you have any questions, we are always here to support you. And beside this, we also give you some other supports. We have several online class about TP to give you the idea what is TP, how they work, what is their the price structure, how to negotiate, how to differentiate a good TP with the bad TP. Okay, what are the right questions to ask, this kind of thing, and with a question list, template of the agreement, and some tools for you to work with the TP. So this is the process.
All right, thank you. And I have one last question about consumer products created by startups. So I'll summarize it. There are startups who are working with technology, like technology products, such as could be a battery, for example, right? And at some markets, it requires certification. And if it's a new product, we'll have to go through specific certifications in China. How would it work with China?
Okay, if you're selling such product, yes, you need to pass the CIQ. And different categories, the barrier about China, the biggest barrier for you to sell the products into China market is the CIQ. It's not customs. Mm-hmm. Because customs, if you would like to pay the tax and duty, that's okay, right? But CIQ is a black box. You don't know how you can pass it, okay? And this is how the Chinese government control the import. Okay, mm-hmm. So if you want, okay, for some categories it's relatively easy. Say apparel, it is relatively easy to pass the CIQ, but for some categories it is very difficult. Say, as I just mentioned, supplement or skincare products. Okay, and if you're selling such products, the very difficult to pass CIQ, sometimes even impossible. Say supplement, almost impossible. Then my recommendation for you, and this is usually how our club member do that in this way, is to start the cross-border e-commerce first without CIQ. Okay, and when you see, okay, the business is concrete and well established, and then we can find the way to get a CIQ to use some network, we call it 关系, right, to pass the CIQ, and you spend money because and in this time you already have the confidence about the future of the business. So, and you can spend money and time and effort to pass the CIQ, then you will be able to go to the offline market because the cross-border e-commerce is just for online, right? Yeah, and you can go to offline market and grow a business, of course, and you can set up the office in China, or if you don't want to do this, you can easily find a distributor, just like Iceberry, the Russian ice cream brand I just mentioned. Before they launch their online business, it is very difficult for them to talk to the supermarket. Who is Iceberry? Okay, from Russian ice cream. I don't know this brand. I don't want to sell you. But now, just show them, okay, this is my TMall store. You see my business. You see I'm ranking #1 in all imported ice cream. Please work with me. And it's very easy for them to go to the offline market.
That makes sense. And before we close, there is another final question. Let's keep it final. There were a lot of questions already. So you were talking a lot about e-commerce, and Mikhail is asking about if Chinahow.club can help with IT products. So they would like to develop IT products for Chinese companies, and they're asking if Chinahow.club can help them with that.
Well, so far it is not part of our business, okay? But we have different members, and we have some connections in China. Maybe we can help you to build up the network, find some people who are interested. But this is not, I mean, just as a favor of the club, but this is not our business range. We only focus on China e-commerce retail.
All right. Thank you so much, Shaoming. Thank you so much, Konstantin, for organizing all of this and the great presentation. It was very detailed talk, and I think it contains most of the valuable tools needed for e-commerce Chinese market. And feel free to share this presentation on our global chats. The ones I shared here in the chat, you just can copy it, or I can send it to you all over again. I just will repeat here in the chat for everyone, so you can share it in there. And before we go, I would like you, Shaoming, to give your final words for words of wisdom to entrepreneurs doing business with China and doing business globally. And with those words, we will close this session.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. My last word would be, there's a new trend in China. The new trend is for new brands. Because of the consumption upgrade, many Chinese consumers, they want to be different. They don't want to, okay, everybody wear Nike shoes, use Apple cell phone, and drink Starbucks coffee. No, they want to be different. And this incubate the new opportunities for new brands to grow in China. Look at the sales ranking of the brands of this 11/11. Many of the brands, they are new brands, just like Iceberry. So there is a chance for you. Thank you.
And that was Shaoming Yang and Konstantin talking about opportunities in China. Thank you, guys, and have a great day. And we look forward to seeing you again. Goodbye. Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye.